Hi, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me today. This is a very special day. I'm glad that you all can make it. My name is Zylia N Knowlin, and I am the authors of The Memoirs of an Empress. And today was going to be my Lyman Lounge. However, as you know, we had to cancel all public gatherings. So I decided to share a little bit of my book today, my experience with you. And to see if you all have any questions, you can always DM me, send me a message, and we can go from there. So one thing that a lot of people always ask me is what made me decide to become an author. And to be honest, I've always been a writer. So being a writer and being a person who loves to express herself in a written way has always shined the light on what I wanted to do. The only problem was myself, and that was basically because I needed to stop procrastinating. And I think that with success, we always have to remember that setting goals is not only the thing that we need to do, but actually working towards those goals and making sure that they happen. So when the time came that I actually decided to put some effort into reaching my goals, that's when they actually happen. So I want to encourage you all today, no matter what it is that you are doing and what it is that you love to do, the only thing you need to do is put some work into it, and you are going to see how life changes for you. So once again, thank you. This is my book, The Memoirs of an Empress. It can be found on Amazon. You can find it also on Barnes and Nobles. It can be accessed on iTunes, Nook, and there are a variety of other places online that you can access the book. So another thing that people always ask me is, how did the process actually happen? And I think that it was a matter of organizing my thoughts and actually putting them down on paper and making sure that the steps that I was taking was always aligned to the goal that I wanted to reach. So that was very, very important. As an author, however, the hardest part is always starting to write, but is always advertisement as well. So getting your name out and putting the work in that it takes to make sure that your name is out and that people know who you are, calling different media and getting press releases out there in the community. So for those of you who do not know, you could always Google me. There are press releases online, and you could see an example of what a press release is and what it involves. So please join me. Now I am going to read from my novel. Once again, the title is The Memoirs of an Empress, and my name is Zylia N Knowlin, and this is my first book. I'm actually in the middle of writing my second book at this time, and I look forward to everyone's support for that book as well. So today I'm reading from page 37, and this chapter is entitled Paradise Island. So you're only going to get a little sneak peek, so make sure you go ahead and go online and you Google those media so that you can find out how you could access the book as well. Paradise Island. Band-Aids don't fix bullet holes. Now we've got bad blood. It was such a lovely day for a wedding. I had spent countless hours preparing by having my dress altered, having my shoes dyed the same color as the dress. I even went to the florist to purchase baby's breath that I put in my hair the morning of the wedding. My friend Natalie was getting married, and she asked me to be one of her bridesmaids. The bride decided that her bridal party was going to meet at her mother's house to get dressed for the wedding. I never mind going to Natalie's house since growing up. I always adored her mother. After we all made it into our attire, makeup, and accessories, we waited for the limo to take us to the church in Middle Island. Natalie was my longtime friend, and we knew each other from growing up on the block in Gully. We knew a lot about each other, things other people did not know. We held secrets for each other and covered whenever good excuses were needed. And despite the Croatia-Malia friction that existed in Gully, we were the best of friends. While driving to the church, I sat back and I listened to the young girls as they told their stories about love. And I shared in the stories with pieces of my life that made me the happiest. I shared those parts that I was not ashamed of and those things that made me proud. Of course, I could not help but to think back to my own wedding where Natalie was a bridesmaid in my wedding. Well, if you want to find out more about the relationship that happens between young women, such as Natalie and Empress, and other people that are participating in the book, such as Jasmine, and we have Harmony, and there are other characters that I feel that you will connect with, and that I think is also another important aspect of being an author, finding things that people can connect with and something that they will find interesting. And it's just so happened that one of my girlfriends called me today and told me she finally finished reading the book, and she was just so ecstatic to finally be able to give me accolades towards the book. So again, I'm just asking everybody to just go ahead and go on Amazon once you have finished reading the book and share a review so that others can know what it is that you feel that makes this book so inspiring and so different from other memoirs that you have read. So thanks again. I'd like to thank everyone who made this opportunity possible, all my family and friends that have supported me along the way. And as soon as we have an opportunity to meet face-to-face and do book signing events, I can't wait to be able to do our raffles and share our gifts and just have a good time, because as an author, I think it's so important to make links in the community. So thanks again for sharing in this time, and check out The Memoirs of an Empress by Zylia Knowlin. Thank you so much. Have a good night.